Cincinnati, Ohio's up-and-coming neighborhoods that you need to watch in 2026. Forget Hyde Park, forget Mount Adams. If that's still where you think the smart money is going in Cincinnati real estate, you are a step behind, because right now in 2026, there are 5 Cincinnati neighborhoods that are quietly outpacing the entire metro in price growth, in new jobs, and in pure buyer demand. And here's the kicker. Most people relocating to Cincinnati have never even heard of them. So in the next few minutes, we're going to walk you through every single one. The streets where the home values are climbing fastest, and where first-time buyers and relocating families are getting the biggest bang for their buck. So stick with us, because the last neighborhood on this list is actually the one that almost every national publication keeps missing, and it might just be the best buy in the entire city. Number 1 is Madisonville. Cincinnati's best kept secret just got out. So welcome back to the channel. I'm Peter Chabris with the Chabris Group, and our team helps hundreds of Cincinnati families buy and sell homes across this region, year in and year out. In fact, last year alone, we served 613 families, which means when we tell you a neighborhood is heating up, it isn't a guess from some national report. It's what we're seeing every single day in the showings, in offers, and in closings. And right now, the neighborhood we cannot stop talking about is Madisonville. After more than 2 decades in Cincinnati real estate, we can tell you Madisonville checks just about every single box. It sits in the geographic heart of the city, right? It's minutes from Hyde Park, Oakley, Marymount, but for years, buyers drove right past it. That's changing fast. Here's the bigger backdrop. According to Redfin, in March 2026, Cincinnati home prices were up 9.2% year over year, with a median sales price of $290,000. The National Association of Realtors is forecasting existing home sales nationwide to rise 14%, and in 2026, the Midwest is leading the country in new sales contracts thanks to better affordability. Cincinnati is sitting right in that sweet spot, and Madisonville is riding that wave harder than just about any other neighborhood in the area. The biggest driver is jobs. MedPace, the global clinical research company, is in the middle of a massive expansion on its Madisonville campus, and that project is expected to bring more than 2,700 new jobs to the neighborhood. You don't need a crystal ball to figure out what happens next. Demand goes up, inventory tightens, and consequently, values rise. So what makes Madisonville especially exciting right now is the price spread. According to local market data, you can still find homes here in Madison from the low 200,000s for a starter, all the way up, of course, to $500,000 plus for new construction and fully renovated properties. Compare that to Hyde Park right next door, where Redfin reports a March 2026 median sales price of, wait for it, $465,000. And the opportunity in Madisonville becomes obvious. Buyers who want that East Side lifestyle without that East Side price tag are pouring into Madisonville. On top of that, 9 new affordable homes were recently built through a partnership between the Port and Madisonville Communities Urban Development Corporation, with 3-bedroom homes coming in around $210,000. New restaurants are opening. The Madison Road Business District is being reinvented block by block. And because the city kicked off Madisonville's first comprehensive neighborhood plan in 2025, the next decade of investment is being mapped out right now. If you're buying in Madisonville in 2026, you're buying before the rest of the country figures out what we here already know. But Madisonville is just the start. Let's head a few miles west, because the next neighborhood on the list might be the most dramatic comeback story in the entire Midwest. Walnut Hills, the comeback story buyers are cashing in on. So Walnut Hills sits on a hilltop just east of downtown Cincinnati, and 10 years ago, most buyers were a little guarded about making an investment there. Today, it's one of the most exciting urban neighborhoods in Cincinnati, and the variety of housing tells the whole story. According to local development reports, more than $100 million has been invested over the last several years restoring historic buildings and adding new housing, retail, and office space in Walnut Hills. The People's Corner Business District, where I got married, has been totally transformed. McMillan Street is full of renovated storefronts. Restaurants like Gomez Salsa and Kruger's Tavern proved there was real demand for nightlife and dining here, and now more concepts are following. What we love about Walnut Hills, especially for first-time buyers, is the range. According to recent market data, the median sales price in and around the area is $389,000 for high-end renovations, but there are still great opportunities at lower entry points, and you'd be hard-pressed to find better skyline and Ohio River views anywhere in the city. Here's the thing about urban revival neighborhoods. The window to buy at the lower end of the curve never stays open for long. We saw it happen in Over the Rhine, we saw it happen in Northside, and we're watching it happen right now in Walnut Hills. So if you want character, walkability, and serious long-term equity potential, this neighborhood needs to be at the top of your list. Now let's leave the city core and let's go head east, because there's a Cincinnati suburb putting up appreciation numbers, really, that are gonna turn your head. Anderson Township, the east side powerhouse, quietly crushing it. So Anderson Township is one of those areas longtime Cincinnatians have always loved, but 2026 kind of having a breakout year that surprised even us. According to recent Cincinnati market reports, Anderson Township posted a median home price of around $336,000, continuing its streak as one of the most stable, high-demand growth areas anywhere in greater Cincinnati. So why Anderson, and why now? It comes down to what relocating families in Cincinnati care most about. The schools in the Forest Hills School District consistently rank among the best in the region. Anderson itself sits right along the Ohio River. Parks, trails, that classic small town suburban feel. And the commute to downtown Cincinnati is totally manageable, about 20 to 25 minutes on a normal day, which really is a dream for buyers that are coming from much larger cities. So for first-time buyers, Anderson offers something genuinely hard to find in 2026, real inventory in the $300,000 to $400,000 price range. For trade-up buyers, you're looking at beautiful 4-bedroom houses with yards, finished basements, and modern updates in the $500,000s and $600,000s. And for families relocating from places like New York or Chicago or the West Coast, those prices feel almost too good to be true. We've helped a lot of out-of-state professionals land in Anderson over the last 12 months, and the feedback is always the same. Low traffic, friendly neighbors, great schools, affordable square footage. That is the Cincinnati pitch in 4 phrases, and Anderson Township delivers on all of it. If you're watching this and thinking, okay, this is exactly the kind of insight we need before we're making a move to Cincinnati, we've got something for you. We put together a free Cincinnati relocation guide that breaks down every neighborhood in this video, plus school districts, major employers, and the questions we get most often from people moving here. The link is in the description below. Download it, share it with your spouse, and use it as a roadmap. We promised you the last neighborhood on this list might be the best buy in Cincinnati, and we're getting close. But first, we have to talk about the corridor, which is attracting more and more relocating families than any other area right now. Westchester and Mason, the northern suburbs power couple. If you're relocating to Cincinnati for a corporate job, there's a really good chance someone is going to point you towards the Westchester and Mason corridor, and for good reason. This stretch of northern suburbs along Interstate 71 and 75 has become the engine of family-friendly growth in our region. Let's look at the numbers. According to Zillow, the average home value in Mason, Ohio is around $511,000, up 4.6% over last year. And according to Movoto, Westchester homes sold for a median price of $435,000 to $470,000 in March of this year. That's a market with real momentum, not one that's slowing down. So what's driving it? Well, schools, jobs, lifestyle. The Mason City School District is one of the highest rated school systems in Ohio. Major employers such as Procter & Gamble, Kroger, GE Aerospace, and of course Cincinnati Children's Hospital all have campuses or feeder offices nearby. And the lifestyle is exactly what relocating families dream about, right? New construction subdivisions, big box shopping at places like Liberty Center, family parks, swim and tennis clubs, low traffic commutes that would make people in Atlanta or Dallas weep with joy. What we're watching most closely for 2026 is new construction. Builders are responding to the demand for single family homes in the $450,000 to the $700,000 price range, and we're seeing builder incentives like rate buy downs and closing cost assistance that we haven't seen before, really since before the pandemic. So according to the National Association of Realtors, mortgage rates are expected to settle around 6% in 26. I personally think they're going to be a little bit higher given the recent geopolitical events that we've been witnessing. But be that as it may, combine 6-ish interest rates with builder incentives and rate buy downs, and the math works again for many relocating families. If you're coming to Cincinnati with kids, with schools at the top of your list, and a corporate job within 30 minutes of Westchester or Mason, this is the corridor that probably ends up checking the most boxes. But our final neighborhood may surprise you, because it's the one we think has the most untapped upside in the entire metro. Here's the neighborhood national publications keep missing: Downtown Cincinnati. I know, Some of you just rolled your eyes, but hear us out. Because what's happening right now in our urban core is simply historic. According to local development reports, more than $1 billion with a B in entertainment and lifestyle upgrades are coming to downtown Cincinnati. The Duke Energy Convention Center just completed its $264 million renovation, and a new 20,000-seat outdoor venue, the Farmer Music Center, is being built at the former Coney Island site, fueled by a $160 million project cost and a massive foundation gift. Blink, the immersive light and art festival, returns October 8th through 11th this year and is expected to draw more than 2 million visitors. And we haven't even talked about the $4.4 billion Brent Spence Corridor Bridge project, the largest infrastructure investment in Cincinnati history, or FC Cincinnati's continued expansion around the TQL Stadium in the West End. Why does this matter for buyers? Because when a city pours this much money into entertainment, infrastructure, jobs, the people who live near it can't help but benefit. Condos and townhouses in downtown, over the Rhine, and the West End are positioned to appreciate as foot traffic, restaurants, and amenities all expand from this investment. Right now, you can still find condos in downtown and at the banks for prices well before comparable urban condos in cities like Nashville, Indianapolis, or Columbus. That gap is not going to last. We see downtown as the most underrated long-term play in Cincinnati for 2026. If you're a young professional, an empty nester, or a short-term rental investor looking for a walkable urban lifestyle with serious upside, this is the neighborhood we want you to watch most closely. So let's bring this all home. The Cincinnati neighborhoods to watch in 2026 are Madisonville, where 2,700 new jobs and a massive MedPace expansion are reshaping the entire eastern center of the city. Number 2, Walnut Hills, where a $100 million revival is turning a hilltop neighborhood into one of the most exciting urban addresses in the Midwest. Number 3, Anderson Township, where a $336,000 median price shows just how strong demand remains on the east side. Number 4, Westchester and Mason, where school-driven family relocations are pushing the northern corridor into another year of healthy growth. And finally, downtown Cincinnati, where over $1 billion in upgrades from a $250,000 convention center to the $4.4 billion bridge project is setting up the urban core for a decade of appreciation. Cincinnati is a seriously unique position right now. According to Redfin and the National Association of Realtors, our home prices are climbing. Our inventory is finally healthier than it's been in years, and mortgage rates are expected to hover in that 6-ish range in 2026. That's a healthier, more balanced market than we've seen, really, that we've had since 2019. And it means buyers and sellers both have real opportunities if they know where to look. If you're thinking about buying, selling, relocating, or investing in Cincinnati this year, we'd love to be your guide. Our team at the Chabris Group has helped hundreds and hundreds of families navigate exactly these neighborhoods, and we would be honored to do the same for you. So reach out. There's a link in the description below. Send us a message or just grab that free Cincinnati relocation guide. We read every single message and will personally walk you through any questions that you may have. And before you click away, you have to watch this next video. We just released a video called You Won't Believe, where Cincinnati, Ohio home buyers are moving from. The migration patterns coming into Cincinnati right now are wild, and there are a few cities at the top of the list that are going to surprise you. Click that video next, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss our next neighborhood deep dive, and we'll see you in the next video. Take care, everybody.